Advent time, y'all. I've had the worst time with this green. It's cause I struggle with that sleep. I pulled it out 1,000,000 times to right there. So I'm getting way behind again, but I'll get caught up. I'll get caught up. And I found out this blue is called Midnight. Number 527, Midnight. So lime, baby blue, midnight. And let's see what we get today. Happy, what is it, the 20th? Yep, it's the 20th. Happy December 20th. Just 4 more little boxes after today. And we've got a nice neutral. Another gray. I'm glad we don't. Do we have? Yeah, we did have gray on this one. This looks like a lighter. This was called Mercury. And then this one's quite a bit lighter. This is kind of like a medium gray. And this is a light, sort of a light bluish gray. It's number 172, so we'll add it on. I'm going to get in here and try to get busy. And we'll see what we have done come time for tea at 3. Shoot, every time. I just hit the button because I'm thinking about getting the next color and I forget about memories. Hope y'all enjoyed yesterday's. That was funny about the transformer, wasn't it? I thought it was. My cousin and I giggled over that for quite some time. Oh, shoot. I guess we'll talk about, since I mentioned those cousins, we used to play a whole, as I said, we were always over at their house or they were at our house. And their mom was my Aunt Frankie and their dad was Uncle Ken. And like I said, their dad was my dad's brother. Their mom was my mom's sisters. Sisters, married brothers. Sounds weird, but it's totally cool. It just made us really close, blood-wise, and we were really close, just as friends, or really like, we were really like siblings. I know we used to do this, Mark was the ringleader, my cousin Mark. My brothers always just kind of go along with the crowd, and I guess Terry was the one that, you know, she dominated over me, even though I was older than her. She had a really strong personality, and I just kind of do whatever. But Mark, oh gosh, he and Terry used to be in awful fights. I mean awful. They'd try to kill one another, chase each other around the house. I remember Terry one time got so mad at him and she was crying, just running around the house with the doggone bat ready to bash him, but she could never catch him. Mark was squirrely and Terry always had a weight problem. Bless her heart. So her little legs just wouldn't catch up to him. But poor Aunt Frankie. But Aunt Frankie was a mess when she was growing up. She'd throw rocks at the neighbors and taunt them and everything. And she'd get a beating every day and couldn't, not a beating, but a whooping, or always be in trouble. And Frankie could have cared less. But Mama would get in the closet and cry. Lordy, Lordy. But I remember Mark had a Bill Derby Mouse Club. Who knew where that came from? I have no idea what. I remember meeting, and Mark kept minutes, and he was always giving his sister Terry demerits. Nothing happened. He just gave her demerits for whatever. But he used to make her so mad. Oh, they were always into it. And that's and when he grew up, well, you know, when we all grew up, I started after college and everything, and I already had Lindsay. She was little, but I always really got into Halloween, and I put together our first family weenie roast and get together, and we as a matter of fact, I was living here in the trailer. It was just Lindsay and myself. Of course, you know, mom and dad lived at the house, and my brother. But we did the, you know, peeled the grapes for eyeballs in a bowl. We had all these little activities planned out that we were going to do, and Lindsay was so excited about it, bless her heart. But, and then I think that year was here at the trailer in the back, and we had a bonfire, weenie roast, all that stuff. And my aunt always made a pumpkin cake out of two bundt cakes that you put on, you know, one on top of the other to make it look like a pumpkin. And so that year I remember having all those little activities, and then, you know, the weenie roast and stuff, and just sit around the campfire telling ghost stories with the kids and stuff. They loved it. But the next year I really did it up big over at another aunt's house, another one of my mom's sisters, and we went into her basement, which was like a haunted house. It was just junky down there. Just kind of junky and cold in it. But they kind of fixed up one room of it down there so we could have our little get together down there, and everybody dressed up. And I had gone to the library that year and brought what were those 16 millimeter film projectors, and I had old movies like Nosferatu and some other vampire movies, or I don't know, whatever they had that was spooky. And we had a big sheet on the wall, and so we had that going, and we did a weenie roast. We had some other games. It was all kind, and I invited girlfriend. I was going to Pfeiffer then, so and actually that might have been the first one. Maybe the second one was here at the house. I can't remember. But anyway, after I did those first couple, then Mark took it over, my cousin, and then we always had it over at their house, which was fine. They had a nice place to have it in their backyard. And they had this old building out there, and he would fix it up like a little haunted house kind of thing, and do like a little haunted trail. He'd really do it up big. He just loved doing that. He did marry at one point and had one child, but then he had some mental problems, so he moved back home and lived at home. And then Terry had married, like I told you, and she'd had the little boy that had the Transformer Demetzi. But we used to always get together and do it up big with the family for Halloween. Now, there's hardly nobody left to do that with. I could do something here, I guess, but it'd just be me, my brother, my Aunt Brenda. Maybe we'll see. Hannah does her own thing with her friends. They do Halloween up big too. But yeah, Halloween was a big deal with the family. So there you go, from Christmas to Halloween. All right, I love y'all and hope to see you in just a little bit. I've got about 1:30 by my watch, so about an hour and a half. And we will be doing some Christmas trivia, and I've got a few more questions to ask you. And then we'll get on to some more trivia. Okay, see you. Love you lots. Bye-bye. Be sweet. Don't be ugly.